I mean, I think it... Yes, you could have, if you really wanted to, given it to a couple of other boys because they were really good. But I think, honestly, the only person that you could give hungriest player to is Dylan Brown for back-to-back weeks. Dylan Brown, because he was last week as well. He was unbelievable. Let me read you his stats from the weekend because in international rugby league, I'm trying to think of a six that has had these kind of stats. Now, granted, maybe you'll be able to find one that's been similar, but I'll tell you what, there wouldn't be many. So in a Pacific Champ Finals, Dylan Brown had 3 try assists. He ran for 192 metres. 66 of them were post-contact. He had 10 tackle breaks. He had 1 line break. He had 3 line break assists. And then, to top it all off, he had 6 offloads. For 16 tackles, 3 misses, no errors. Absolutely incredible performance. And I think, look, we are a recency bias kind of in anything in life, really, but in footy especially, there's a lot of people that, Dylan Brown's, he's no good, he's this, he's that, because they saw him play this year at 7. I think it's just a little reminder, especially for people that watch rugby league for a few years now religiously, we know how good Dylan Brown is. Dylan Brown is a Dally M level, 5'8", at his best, and I think he showed it on the weekend.
Yeah, well, it's good to see another Dylan thriving in the rugby league world. That is obviously my name. To supplement those stats, I'll give you some stats across the 3 games that he played for New Zealand this year. Average of 159 running metres, 7 try assists in total, 19 tackle breaks in total, 53 tackles made, 5 missed. So obviously yesterday was particularly good, but he's done it across 3 games. To be able to show that consistency against some pretty quality opposition, very impressive.
Super. And I granted there's all the caveats, like can the Knights forwards pack get him forward and get him quick play balls? That's all true. However, as a Knights fans, I know it's 10 years, but that's already happened. The 10-year deal is done. So there's not much you can do about it. What you can do is look at Dylan Brown and say, how's he playing? He's playing pretty friggin' good.
Yeah, and that's it. He was sensational in that final yesterday. And off the back, we know that he's pretty close to the best defensive half in the competition, which people just overlook because defence isn't sexy, especially as a half where you're not putting shots on. It's all about what you do in attack. But off the back of his running game, the amount of times he busted the line and was like an ankle tap or a short grab, whatever it was, away from more clean line breaks, he was sensational. And I hope, I don't know what he's like as a bloke. He seems relatively quiet and reserved, but he's a brilliant competitive athlete. And I hope there's just been this beast unleashed in the last 6 months off the back of signing this deal and people saying he's not worth the money, he can't play 7, he's not good enough. He was dropped by Jason Riles at the Eels, not due to form or any of that, but because they were looking to 2026, that just says, no, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And what we saw across this series has been that he's gone, no, whether I'm worth this money or not, I'm a bloody good footballer. And I've now on numerous occasions taken New Zealand to titles and pretty convincingly as well. He was sensational this series. And look, it's a $1.3 million deal for 10 years at Newcastle, and whether that's at 6 or 7, time will tell. But
I think, apologies, because I think I knew his Knights fan picked me up on this. It's 8 years with 2 years in the club's favour, I think. But not that changes that much, but sorry.
But that's the thing. It's like people saying he's not worth 1.3 million. Maybe he's not over the longevity of it, but he is worth $1 million. He's a bloody good footballer, and whether he doesn't hit the heights expected of what that figure has been thrown out, I don't know. But we saw Dill Brown his best in recent weeks, and particularly in the final yesterday, and it's exciting, so exciting for Newcastle fans. And as I said, I just hope there's been this beast awoken in Dylan Brown saying, screw you all, I'm going to come out and justify this figure. Yeah,
and I think that, he's 25, so maybe it is just a maturing thing. I remember back to when I was 25, I thought I knew everything, but then you're 28 or you're 29, you're like, geez, I know so much more. So maybe he does get a bit more mature. Mate, what do you thought of Dylan Brown's performance, mate?
Unbelievable over the course of the 3 games. And, it just goes to show the value of playing off the back of an amazing forward pack. I know that'll be a bit of a different kettle of fish for him at the Knights. However, you still got to, get out there and do the damn thing. And, his running game really came to the fore through the series, which was great. Again, I think number 6 is still his spot. Yeah. He's probably going to have to go and play number 7. However, he's been fantastic through the series. Just going back to the stuff that makes him really good, keeping it simple, just kind of running the footy and linking up with, some impressive, outside backs around him as well. But, mate, he's been unbelievable, and he's definitely got to be in the picture for the Golden Boot. I think he'd be
locked in, you reckon?
Yeah, he's definitely my pick.
Surely. Right. Him and Tarpon maybe? Who else you got?
I don't know, maybe Walshy.
Well, Munster won Man of the Series.
I saw that, but I was just like, bigger picture-wise as well. Is Walshy kind of I don't know exactly what the criteria are and how they might be different, or if the judges are different from the man of the series kind of thing. But it's been like Walshy mania over there, really. Even though we haven't.
Munster was better than Walsh, and Brown was better than both of them.
You reckon?
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly don't even think it's a conversation. Like, I reckon that Ashes series was, respectfully, is really poor.
Yeah.
Walsh did
Really poor.
very little in game 2. He'd done very little in game 3.
I thought it was actually, outside of a couple of good defensive things, I thought he was pretty poor in game 2.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Game 3, he lit up
Last
once the
10.
game was basically done. Like, he's not the golden boot, or he shouldn't be, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think any Aussie can be the golden boot, to be honest.
Yeah, look at the quality of opposition, respectfully, that they're up against compared to Tonga and Samoa.
Yeah. However, like in regards to the mania, you're right. Like, it was mania over there. Like, it absolutely was. And he had these crazy highlights for sure. And if the argument you want to have is like he wasn't used correctly in those second and third games, I'm willing to actually have that argument. I do think there's a lot of conversations we need to be having about the Australian spine. But yeah, I just reckon Dylan Brown has been so good. Every game he's been essentially the best player on the field.
Yeah,
I was
reading Sean Johnson's book at the moment, Perspective.
Perspective,
which is
yep.
good.
Yep.
But I've just got to the end of the part where he reckons winning the Golden Boot was really challenging for him, because then he was kind of always held to this standard of, like, if he had a slightly subpar game, it's like, he didn't deserve it, all this. Like, it kind of, will follow him around a bit. He's already kind of got the big price tag with him as well. Will it be a good thing for Dylan Brown to have it, or will it add a bit more pressure to him,
True.
particularly going to the Knights?
I do think with the Sean Johnson one, if I recall, there was like controversy around him getting it or something like that, where people weren't actually aware that it's the best player in international footy. It's not the best player in the world, whereas it used to be the best player in the
just
world.
changed, I think, before he
Yeah.
got it.
And so a lot of people weren't aware that, mate, it was just from the last 4 games.
When was that change, roughly? Do we know?
Yeah, it was about 2015, round about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was 2020 because of COVID. Very few international games were played, and we had one of the Netherlands players who was nominated for the Golden Boot purely because he was man of the match in like the one game that happened.
Nah.
So the list was sick. It was all these NRL guys.
The
and
Golden
then-
Clog.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's great stuff.